Tiara,
Okay.
how did it feel to perform on a non-R&B only stage?
You know, it was very interesting.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was fun not having to like have the stress of everything. Like, oh, is the stage ready? Do we need to sound? I mean, we did have these stresses because I didn't get the sound check, but just not having to like worry about everything being set up. Like everything was basically in somebody else's hands, and all we had to do was show up and perform. So that made it easier to do my job, even though it's already like that because our team is
Shout out to the ops team.
Yeah, but our team is, even when we do our own shows, our team is so
well-oiled
so everything is always put together the way that it's supposed to. However, I know that if we're working for an R&B only live show, if something goes wrong, if I can help, I will.
Yeah.
At these shows, I don't even know if anything is going wrong. I'm just showing up, and there's nothing that I can do. So I will say that it felt good to just be able to perform and then walk away and chill. But yeah, it was different because we do things differently, and we're just different, and it's like that for a reason. So we didn't, like I said, we didn't get the sound check, so that was different. But you know, I'm just
a well-oiled machine that our production manager Mario was up there,
making sure everything was. Yeah, Mario checked everything. This is the first time Mario set up my Serato. He made sure everything was plugged in. My hard drive was good. Like, Mario has never set my stuff up before, and I completely trusted him. So shout out to you, Mario. I just went up there and played based off of what you set up, and we were good.
Yeah. Did y'all peep the interpreter from the stage?
From the stage, the interpreter looked like a man having a really bomb-ass time at the show. Had no idea he was interpreting. I thought he was just...
With his back to y'all?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I had no idea. Like, you're not thinking about in the moment.
Salad.
You don't make like common sense thoughts because like it's really like a euphoria type of high, especially when. Well, I don't know about anybody else, but like for me, like I said, this is stuff that I used to see in visions and in dreams when I was younger. So to see it happening in real life, I have a different type of feeling when I see it. So when I see things, I don't see it the same way I would in a regular instance because I'm looking at it differently. So I just thought he was having a good time. I thought his friends were facing us, and he's like dancing with his friend. I had no idea till I went on Instagram, and I'm like, oh, even the interpreter is getting it in. I'm like, that's interpreter?
Funny. That's funny.
He was interpreting for the deaf?
My social media, I managed our social media pages basically. So as soon as I peeped, like I was standing, I think backstage right type shit. Yeah, and I peeped him. And I was like, oh my goodness, look, we got an interpreter. Like, we got to get this for the social media. Like, this is going to go stupid.
I had no idea.
I just kept on thinking, you saw that video of Waka Flocka vibing with his interpreter?
He was like, go off.
I was like, oh my goodness, this is a Waka Flocka moment. Like, let's get this. So I didn't know where Rob was. And Rob also wears a bunch of hats for us, but he was the one doing the live posting. Hey Rob, he on the computer right now. He was the one that was doing the live posting that day. I didn't find him, so I had to grab Shaisa's phone and get a quick video. And then I was like, just in case Rob isn't able to catch him, we still got something. Right. We still got something.
Right.
But
I'm glad you did.
Doing numbers online.
It really is.
It was two of them. They were like swapping in and out.
And there was one at the main stage too, going off just as hard. Yeah.
I love that.
Just as hard. So shout out to all the interpreters from the weekend. And I just love that festivals now are making it, accessible to everybody.
More inclusive.
Way more inclusive. I even saw a lot of kids there.
Yeah.
And there was a bunch of I will say wheelchair accessible areas that I saw, and there was a bunch of pathways. So like, I'm just shout out to the festivals for making it accessible for everybody. So it's just it's amazing.
Like I mean, again, hats off to Roots Picnic because a lot of times I see the same way that I feel like sometimes the media is an afterthought for some of these festivals. I think ADA is an afterthought, and you can tell that they are very intentional.
There was clear paths for everybody to walk.
They're very, very intentional about the ADA.
If you had to,
at least from my perception. I don't know how people in the festival feel, because I could see how it was a sold out festival. Both days were sold out.
For sure, it was packed. It was packed. But I will tell you, a few times when I was like walking on those paths, I moved out of the way for people in like scooters and wheelchairs. And to me, it didn't look like they had a hard time getting around at all. They just had to say, excuse me, in case you didn't see them. But other than that, I will say they made it very accessible to everybody.
It didn't feel like that was an afterthought for Roots Picnic.
For that,
hats off.
For sure.
Hats off.
For sure.
Off.
R&B only.